It's not a simple story to tell.
It's not a simple story to tell, but it is like the challenge of figuring out what the story is part of the fun, right? It's part of what's awesome about that.
The Ascension Foundation is the philanthropic arm of the Ascension Health system. They raise money that they grant to grantee partners that goes toward the goal of decreasing health disparities that exist across the United States.
Being a new organization as they were, and we're developing this brand with them, the kind of interesting part was us helping them figure out who they were as we were helping them with their brand.
We brought everybody together, and then we just put everything up on the wall. We put all of the communications pieces that they had. We put note cards for everything we knew they wanted to do in the future. We figured out kind of what tied into what and created a more long-term plan for communications.
It was a great mind share experience where we got to see where everyone else was at. Out of it, we got a lot of clarity about where we were going to head next. So the first thing that I was involved with is we created a hand-animated brand anthem that gave you sort of, the basic version that anyone can understand about how they're going to work.
Building into waves of support that are far-reaching, long-lasting, and real.
One of the Ascension Foundation's big initiatives is getting more people into the healthcare workforce, not just immediately, but, for generations to come.
What if they knew my problems?
Even if I didn't always say them out loud.
We created these films that show that when people trust and identify with their healthcare providers, they're more likely to go.
So as part of this, they have this #goals initiative where they bring middle schoolers to a medical school campus for a day and get them involved in all kinds of science and medical related activities.
There is this data that shows that that's the point where you can really grab a child's interest. It doesn't feel like a job when you're there. You're kind of like observing just an amazing human experience.
Another one of the initiatives of the Ascension Foundation is what we call Postpartum and Beyond, and that is caring for a mom and her baby in the first year after childbirth to help them tell this story. We created a set of videos, both about the mom.
1:37 a.m. I want to sleep so badly, but Jaden has been screaming for an hour. I don't know what he needs from me.
How am I going to do this again tomorrow?
How many diapers is she going through a day?
Will she be going to daycare?
Is she using a pacifier?
Are you breastfeeding?
Is she having any reflux? Is she a happy baby? Is she a happy baby?
Is she a happy baby?
Is she a happy baby?
What these videos do is allow you to put yourselves in their shoes and understand what they're going through.
The Postpartum Initiative, I think, is another example of them looking at things that are generational. So it's not just it's not a Band-Aid. They're actually treating, the underlying problems and trying to make them better.
We think the video is obviously a really effective way, a really great way to tell some of these human stories. But we also know, Ascension Foundation is a fundraising organization. They need some additional collateral that they can give to donors to tell their story and explain their mission. So we have also partnered with them on things like an annual report. We have helped them with some swag that they can give to donors that come to some of these events. A Christmas card, things like that like something donors can hold in their hands and read about and see.
Working with Ascension Foundation allows you to tell real human stories. There's an emotional thing you're trying to communicate, and it sort of has an arc to it. We've heard from our client that when they walk into a meeting or get into a conversation with someone, when they have a video that conveys that story, it goes differently.
What I like most about working with Ascension is we just have so much FaceTime and so much constant contact. I think we've been able to build up this relationship of trust and mutual respect and partnership that makes the work so much stronger because we're all so incredibly invested.
The alignment between what the Ascension Foundation is trying to do and is out there already starting to do is that idea of purpose. We're trying to make something that can immediately make a difference in our clients' worlds. And the Ascension Foundation is trying to make a difference in the actual world, like right now, and in the future world that all of our children and grandchildren are going to live in.
What if I can be a doctor someday too?
There's something just kind of amazing about being part of that.